The government's ACC reforms have come to a sudden halt before they even really got started. Legislation to pass these changes has not come before Parliament as expected because neither the ACT Party or the Māori Party are on board yet. The Māori Party believes the changes are too harsh. And surprisingly, the ACT Party doesn't think they are harsh enough. Joining me now is ACT Party leader Rodney. Hi, good morning, Rodney.
You're a funny guy.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
We're not about making them harsh.
Well, what would you like?
Here's what we see as the problem, and it's interesting you see it as harsh because what we've got now is we've got this monopoly provider called ACC. You sort of get what they decide to give you, and if they run out of money, they put the charges up. Now, that's what we think's harsh, and so we're looking at the structural issues that are behind the problem that we confront and seeing if we can, make a better fist of it.
When you say structural problems in the same sentence as monopoly, is what you're suggesting here what we need to do is to open up to competition and therefore, in a way, privatise?
Sure. And if people can get a better deal, for example, if I'm a motorcyclist and I own 6 motorcycles, I've never had an accident, I've got a great record, and I can get a better deal to get the same cover, then why shouldn't that be an option? And think of it like this. We've got limited resources clearly in this country. We want to apply the resources that we have to helping people rehabilitate, so we've got to get a good result there. But the second thing, we've got limited resources when it comes to employing people, starting a business, paying your weekly wages, and so we've got to get the best deals that we can. And we don't think that it's obvious that having one service charging you the set price and giving you whatever is necessarily the best result.
It seems very clear that what your party is wanting then is to open it up to competition and to privatise it. Nick Smith has made it incredibly clear that privatisation is not going to happen. So is there any way that they can do anything with the current form of the legislation that will make the ACT Party support them?
Sure, and we're working on that. I'm not going to reveal the details of that, but I'm very confident we can get a result next week.
Are those things then that you'd like, use the term harsh or use the term stronger or whatever term you'd like to use, that you want better, right, of course, that is a good term for you to use. Is that what you'd like to see, though? Are we talking about higher levies? Are we talking about fewer people who are entitled to the ACC?
No, we're not about changing the structure. We're about getting a better result and actually dealing with the structure, if you like, of the problem, which is, a giant Ponzi scheme. And I know you quite like those things, being a lefty. But, where you come in at the start, and it's great because there's not too many people receiving an entitlement. This is what private sector people go to jail for, by the way. And then over time, as it accumulates, it gets more and more expensive. And then at the end of the day, people say, we can't afford it, so we put up the prices, and it becomes unsustainable. We're saying, look, is there a better way of doing this?
What is the better way? Without revealing your hand, I understand that you're in negotiations. What's the better way?
Here's a better thing that we did. In the late 1990s, the national government opened up the work account to choice and competition.
But you keep talking about that. They're not going to do that, are they? Nick Smith is hardly going to turn around and go, you're right, Rodney, we're going to open it up for competition. Well,
he launched a petition when Labour reversed it. It was in the National Party's election manifesto in 1999, 2002, 2005, and 2008 election manifestos. They're looking at it. We're just saying, hey, we thought that was a good idea. It's ACT Party policy. What can we do to make that happen?
Isn't the problem with the coalition that you have at the moment that if you are being that staunch on what you want, the Māori Party, who would definitely not want to see that happen, will capitulate and therefore National will get it through anyway?
Funnily enough, the partners that are working in this government don't see us like that. We don't sit around and say, well, this is a win, this is a loss, whatever, party. We're actually looking at it, having a debate and saying what's best for New Zealand. In particular, it's not just what's best for New Zealand in an ideal world, it's what's best for New Zealand that we can do right now to make a difference to people's lives. And so it's not about, what's great for ACT, what's great for the Māori Party this way, that way. It's actually about having a good debate and a good discussion to get the very best result for New Zealand.
Rodney Hyde, thank you very much for joining us on Sunrise this morning.